some things.
So is it smart of Mueller to reach some sort of plea deal with him, considering the fact that he's not a very credible source?
I don't know
he's
that
lied
the goal
about
is
everything
to put him
under
on the
the
stand.
sun.
I think the goal is to try to squeeze him just like they did Paul Manafort.
But is that information reliable?
And, you know, they do a no-knock door raid on him, and they just apply pressure. And then this investigation spends all sorts of money and can go in any direction it wants as it applies pressure.
And we know from the reporting that he did speak to some high-level person within the Trump transition team. We don't know who that person is, and if that person has testified that they did or didn't order Flynn to have these conversations. There's that angle. But I would just say on the, taking the legal stuff aside, I'm not a lawyer, politically, what you see happening is the Democrats are really hoping that this is going to taint Trump's campaign or agenda and bring back more of Russia.
We don't know about that.
And we don't know if that's going to actually have this effect. I don't think it will.
We do know, and we can say that today's movement continues the story.
We are going to get some real legal analysis here with Judge Andrew Napolitano in just a second, but I just wanted to get this in here. Jeff Flake now to vote yes on tax reform.
Oh, my.
This situation.
There's a lot going on today.
This is unbelievable, this drama. So let's get to Judge Napolitano, and I will promise you we're also going to get to taxes here. This is a huge day. Can't believe it's a Friday. Judge Napolitano, get in here. We need you to tell us what is going on. What do you make of the latest with this?
Well, I think this is probably the tip of a prosecutorial iceberg, so to speak. It's a nightmare for Donald Trump, because General Flynn was his constant companion on foreign policy and national security matters from June of 2015 till the time the president fired him in February of 2017. The downside for the government is that whatever testimony General Flynn provides is coming out of the mouth of someone that the government itself has acknowledged is unworthy of belief, because he's pleaded guilty, as we know, to lying to the FBI. The downside to the president is, as one of you was just saying, this keeps the Russian thing, the Russian story, front and center at a time when the president is beginning to move towards the achievement of his legislative agenda.
That's a very good point.
General Flynn probably will be undergoing the process of being debriefed by FBI agents in a painstakingly detailed way in the next couple of weeks. They're looking for evidence that leads to other evidence. By that I mean they're looking for human beings who can testify so that General Flynn doesn't have to testify.
Exactly, because he's been proven not to tell the truth.
Well, correct. You can provide evidence to the government without going on the witness stand, and that's probably the role they see for him.
Hey, Judge, we want to get Lisa Booth in here because she's got a quick question for you.
Hi, Judge.
Lisa.
Hey, Judge. So question for you. We know that transition teams talk to foreign governments. So why does the conversations that Flynn had, why do those conversations matter? And what is at issue with the conversations that he allegedly had?
That's a great question. The conversations that General Flynn had while he was part of the transition team are of far less moment than any conversations he had during the campaign. I mean, at the time of the transition team, one would expect that the Trump foreign policy and national security people would begin to dip their toes in the water, so to speak, particularly after the president is inaugurated, but before there's a new Secretary of State. So what happened during the transition time period, unless it is a cover-up of what happened during the campaign, is far less problematic for the president today than what may have happened during the campaign. The portions of the plea agreement that I have seen go to conversations during the transition period, not during the campaign.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Judge Andrew Napolitano, thank you for jumping on the phone and weighing in. Whether or not Republicans have enough to pass tax reform in the Senate, that has long been a question. Jeff Flake, as I just mentioned, is now a yes. Okay, so we've got a lot going on this busy Friday afternoon. We're going to get to that story on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.